Check. Check 1, 2. Hello. Ba. Hey guys, thanks for coming. My name is Ted. Welcome to the Omaha REIA. I see lots of new faces, which I absolutely love. Nikki definitely brings in a good crowd, and we're so excited to have her tonight. We do like to cover a few things before we get started this evening. First off, I want to give you guys attention to, we have this flyer on every table. I'm sure my mom talked to about a handful of you guys, but we have a REIA Mastery event. Couple things about this. If you have a real estate license, this is going to be eligible for 6 credit hours, this full day event. This group represents just under about 19,000 rental units. Kind of give me an idea of the amount of knowledge that we're bringing in. These people are all, I consider, my best friends, and we're super excited to have it here. We're going to talk everything from finding the deal, to funding the deal, to the legal side of the deal, to bringing in partners, the property management, the tips and tricks on how to manage it. And the reason that we did 5 to 25 units, if you're wondering, is because it is so difficult to get into that 25 and larger when it comes to multifamilies. I believe I looked up a stat a couple months ago, and it was only about 50 large multifamily buildings were sold in Nebraska in the last 12 months. So if you're looking to get into multifamily, that 5 to 25 makes a lot more sense. You can start developing a habit of buying these, and then the people that do sell them will start coming to you. That's how Chris and Colin got started. They were buying the 2s, the 4s, the 6s, and eventually people started recognizing that they were a big deal. And then now they're getting private deals brought to them before they get on the market. So, but you got to start with these fundamentals, and that's what we do here. So a couple things about this. This is a full day workshop, and we're going to do breakfast sandwiches for everybody in the morning in that 8 to 9 time frame. And then we'll have our first couple speakers. Each speaker will be speaking about 1 hour and 15 minutes. We got 2 of our speakers back there, Colin and Owen. And then thereafter, we're going to have a lunch available. And the lunch will be provided by Undercover Kitchen. So thank you for sponsoring that, Axel. And then we will have 3 more speakers after that. And then everybody will get a drink ticket, and we'll have a happy hour party over in the bar. So tonight, just so you know, the closer we get to the event, the more expensive these products are for me to lock in. So the tickets will go up in price the closer we get. So right now the tickets are $249, and they'll be $349 on the 18th, which is 2 days before the event. Tonight and tonight only, if you guys scan this is like a simplified version. It gives you $100 off. The tickets are only $149 tonight to try to promote getting some last minute sales on us. So scan that, and we appreciate it. We got some great sponsors for the events. We got some great speakers. Owen and myself will be emceeing the event. You have Andy Corey. He owns Corey Property Management. He's got about 600 units. Wyatt Simon, he's a coach. He's got a few hundred units in multifamily. You got Colin Schwartz, which we all know Colin, and his business partner, Chris Pomlu. We also have Jerry Schlickburn. Going to hit all the aspects of this, and we're super excited about this. So please ask anybody that's going to be at the event or any of us if you have any questions about the event. We definitely want you there. And if this goes as well as we plan, our goal is to be able to have one of these events every 6 months. And then as we get more comfortable with doing these type of events, ultimately, they're building all those new rooms at the CHI Center for Conventions. We want to utilize that and be able to do a 2 or 3 day event there within the next couple of years, and we really start putting Omaha on the map for these type of events. And I feel like we can do a really good job at it, but it starts here with the support from you guys. And the support has always been amazing between the REIA groups and the podcast. I mean, it's because of this group that we've been able to get on the map. So thank you so much. I do want to introduce a lot of our sponsors that we have over here. I'm going to go this way. There we go. Marty, I'm going to skip you because I'm going to have you come up since you're our event sponsor tonight. We have Axel Foley with Undercover Kitchen. I've been a sponsor for many years. Use their services in my hey, and we got a round of applause. You got to keep your shirt on this time, though, okay? If you guys ever seen this Airbnb I did in Little Bow, these guys came in and did the whole kitchen in there for me, pre-planned it all out. And then literally they're like, hey, we're gonna probably have this for you in like, what, I don't even time frame, like 2-3 months. And then it was like 2 weeks later, and it's like, oh, we got everything custom, and here it is, and it shows up, and they drop it off, and then it was awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about your company, what you offer to the REIA members?
Yeah, hey everybody. Some of you guys have used our services. I appreciate that. Tonight, I'm bringing our reface options. So a lot of you guys have kitchens that you buy, and they're like 78, 60s. Boxes are good, but you're like, these doors suck. Nobody likes them. So what we do is take the doors off. We have painters, or a lot of you guys already have painters on your own. So the painter would paint all the boxes. We come in, put all brand new doors on. Very simple styles. You guys can check them out over here. All the classic ones. We do the hardware, all soft close hinges. We can even do drawer boxes. So kitchen's the heart of the home. It has all the value in it. So this is where you want to spend the money. Most kitchens, just so you guys know, without the discount, like $1,500, $2,000 for all the doors installed, and then it's just your painting costs. So way cheaper than like replacing your kitchen cabinets. But we do also sell full cabinets. We have all different lines. So if you do need to do a gut, we can do that as well. And like I said, all the fun rollout stuff. So for your own houses, if you want organizers, we do all that. That's really fun, really cool. Axel Foley, Undercover Kitchen, just hit us up. Oh, and you get 30% off if you show us your REIA membership.
And if you guys want to check it out, just come. I literally have pictures of my property if you want to see what he did. So Orange Property Management has been my personal property manager since 2019, and coming in full support. Love this. Can you tell us about all the services you provide, the discounts you provide, and what you guys are looking for in your business right now?
I'm Austin with Orange Property Management. We offer full property management services to all residential and commercial buildings. We do short-term, long-term, mid-term, whatever is the best use for your property. We're happy to discover that with you and analyze and make the best decisions. For REIA members, we offer first month no management fees. And if you have vacant unit, when you bring it, no lease placement fee for the first tenant. If you're on short term, our traditional prices is 20% management fee for short term rentals. REIA members get 15%. So yeah, whether you have a commercial space or a hybrid or a mix, we can work with it and love to chat with you.
Mark Fredrickson, Red Boxes, is a little unique because if you have a project that doesn't have plumbing, and guess what? You need a shitter on the spot. Red Box is going to have that there for you, because that way your workers don't have a reason to go shoot down to the street to go hang out at the convenience store, take too much time, and then your project doesn't get done, right? So you guys offer more than just having a shitter on site. So can you tell us about what you're doing there?
Yeah. So also, so that's why the shirts say we put the dump in dumpster, right? We got the shitters. So yeah, Mark Fredrickson with Red Box Plus Dumpsters. It's actually been a while. I've been part of REIA for a couple of years, but it's been a while since I've been here. My daughter always has basketball on Tuesday or softball on Tuesday. So anyway, busy being a dad. But yeah, we have the large commercial roll-off containers, 20, 30, 40 yard sizes. The elite container with the porta potties comes in a 20 and 30 yard size. We've been doing a lot of work with home flippers. So you get into them situations, like Ted said, where you don't have plumbing. We've got a solution for you. And we do offer a 10% discount to REIA members. So if there's anything we can do to help you out, let us know.
It's been pretty cool too, because I think it was even on a Saturday. I needed a new box at a flip house, on the one on 24th Street, and you guys were able to swap that out last minute. I think we went through 3 of them that week, and it was pretty like Johnny on the spot. So I appreciated that. JM Real Estate Capital, one of our longest sponsors that we had. Can you tell us a little bit about service you provide and how far you travel to come here every month?
What's up, everybody? Yeah, my name's Ram. I'm from Michigan, and I travel the country every week. I go to a different real estate meeting. JM, we specialize in 4 main types of loans: fix and flip loans, DSCR loans, ground up construction, business lines of credit. Now, I'm also a loan officer, so I'm also able to do residential and commercial loans nationwide. So if you're working on any type of deal, you have questions, you need a quote, just give me a call, shoot me an email. We'll get you a quote. If you want to move forward, we can. I don't know, I'm always forgetting stuff, but yeah, we got $3 trillion to lend from New York, from all hedge funds. So we've got a lot of money to lend. We do best pricing scenarios for everybody. We're a member of like 40 different REIAs. So I find that we are very competitive. On everybody's table, there is a flyer. You can take a picture of it if you want. We just started a new program. If you're an experienced investor, you've done around 5 deals in the last 5 years, we can do 100% purchase and rehab financing. So that is really huge. DSCR loans, no cash out or no seasoning on cash out refinances. So, you could buy a fix and flip, and within 3 months, you could do a DSCR, pull that money right back out. So there's also business cards, empty little contact cards for the raffle that we're doing. So if you want to, just put your contact information in here, and I'll come around and grab them last minute before we do the raffle.
And when we do that, just so you know, I literally had Van Dieben here just a few minutes ago just to sign a book giveaway tonight. So we do have an autographed copy of The Power of the Asking to give away tonight. JM provided The Science of Getting Rich. And then Terry from iTex has Leading from the Heart and a Self-Esteem Guide for Women, How to Build Confidence. So yeah, we got some great books. Just put it in here. And like I said, Rob's going to go around and take the card. You can write it on there or put your business card in there, whatever you feel comfortable with. And we'll do that drawing right after Nikki's done. Mike from Swift Public Adjusters. We've been missing you guys around here lately. We haven't seen you in a minute. Tell us a little bit about what you provide and the services that you guys do.
Yeah, thanks. My first time here, and I know Swift hasn't been here in a while, but public adjusters, people usually go, I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I need one, which in some cases can be good. That means you haven't had an insurance claim that you felt like you ended up in the dumpster at the end of it. So at Swift, what we do is we work on behalf of the insured. The insurance company has their interest, and they'll bring in their adjuster to assess the damage and decide what they're going to pay you. Now, whether that's enough, whether that's going to cover all the damage, or whether there are things that they could have covered that they maybe didn't make a point of calling out and listing. So our job is to represent you as the property owner, as the insured, to make sure that we do our own estimate, we account for every detail that's in your policy, and make sure we give the insurance company every reason and opportunity to pay what they should be paying in order to get that property back to where it was before the damage. That might be hail, wind, pipe burst, snow collapse, whole variety of issues that might cause, damage to your home. So we work with a lot of different property owners as well on storm monitoring. So if you've got a list of properties and you want us to come out and do an initial assessment and inspection, we'll have a before picture so that if sometime down the road a hailstorm hits your zip code, we'll reach out and go, hey, you may have been damaged. We can come out and take a look. And if you want us to, we'll file the claim. We'll take it all the way through to the end. We find that a lot of times when you own numerous properties, especially, dealing with insurance companies is just not something you want to have to do. So we can manage that process. We can advise you. And make sure that we're a good fit as well, because we want to make sure you're maximizing what you're getting out of the coverage, the premiums you're paying for, and helping you do that is really the market we're in.
A couple of announcements to Midwest Title, renewed as a gold sponsor. So thank you, David Welty, and CMB Custody, doing your self-directed IRAs. Kelly Griffith, thank you to them for also renewing as a sponsor. We couldn't do this without you guys, and this is what keeps your guys' prices low. Just so you guys know, it's only $125 for the whole year. My business coach, Jason Dries, told me he would drop me if I didn't raise my pricing, and I'm fighting with him with it. But it's $125 a year. If you paid just for a guest fee tonight for the $20, hit me up on Facebook or call me. My card's out there. I'll apply that towards your membership and give you the discount, so that way you can take advantage of the $105 membership. So we appreciate to have you. There's 52 sponsors that provide discounts and benefits back to you. So take advantage of those. Like Home Depot, for instance, gives you like cash back every quarter on your expenditures. You like go to Omaha REIA when you're signed up, go to omahareia.com, log into your dashboard, go to Home Depot. When you type in your phone number, you get like 20-30% off paint, so on, so on, so on. And there's a whole bunch of national and local sponsors that do that for you. I'm just giving you one example. It will pay for itself over and over again. But I do want to zoom it up here. I do want to shout out two people tonight. First off, our event sponsor tonight is Blackstone Insurance. Marty McGuire has been with us now for about, well, we started in 2020. I think you were the #1 first sponsor that signed up. So we have lots of history in here tonight. Marty's been a gold sponsor for years. A large amount of his client base is REIA members. And can you come up, Marty, introduce yourself, provide the services that you, I sound like crap. Tell us about the services you provide, Marty.
Happy to do so. All right. Hey, everybody. Good to see y'all again. I wish I could provide you a discount for being a REIA member, but that's called rebating, and I would lose my insurance license, and we don't want that to happen. So what you will get from me and my staff is good service. We will always make sure that we're putting our best foot forward. We go out there, we shop around, we try to find the best value for you at any given time, and just revisit things periodically. We like doing side-by-side comparisons for folks just so they can see how they're currently covered, and usually it's wrong. And we like to show them, how to do it right. Last couple of years, if you talk to any insurance agent or broker, it's been pretty rough, particularly as it pertains to like older apartment buildings or just apartments in general. So we've worked really hard to find some solutions out there, and we've got several that have come online in the last few months. And in fact, just in the last couple of weeks, we've picked up a couple more. So we're finding ourselves having to go out to excess surplus lines carriers a lot more these days. That's just the way the market's working. The standard carriers, they don't like the rentals. They don't like the Midwest. They don't like older anything. So we've got some specialty programs in place to help you guys out with your portfolios. We can insure whole portfolios. We can do, deductible buy down, so we can reduce your wind hail deductibles. So if you've got an older apartment that's 5 to 20 units, we've got some really good solutions for you. As long as there haven't been a lot of claims history, you wouldn't believe the rate that we're able to get on it, especially given the rates the way they are today. So give us a shot. We can insure pretty much everything. I mean, we do everybody's portfolios, but we also do their personal stuff and just make sure we take care of people. So thanks again. We'll see y'all around.
Thanks, Marty. Appreciate it. Also, another sponsor of our REIA Mastery event, so thank you so much. Couple of things while they're setting up here. Also want to invite Lloyd, the postcard people. Lloyd is our drink sponsor. And if you guys have never been to one of our events, just so you know, after the event is when we have our next round of networking. It is a little bit more exciting because there's a few drinks that go down thanks to Lloyd. So if you go into the bar after we're done, usually a little bit after 8:30, the first round of beers are all going to be on Lloyd. And so he's going to take care of it, and we're going to have a good time. We usually go till whenever the bar kicks us out. Surprisingly, we were here till about 1:30 in the morning last month, and I didn't have one drink. I was pretty proud. But Lloyd, we tell us a little bit about Postcard People, what you guys are providing, and the services that you have real quick while they're setting up here. I'm gonna have you come over here while they're setting us up. There you go. Thanks.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lloyd Elam of the Postcard People. We are a marketing services campaign specializing in direct mail and omni-channel campaigns. What we do is we help all realtors and commercial real estate investors find the person who is selling their home. So we basically live by a three-pronged process. We call it our INC strategy. We help our customers identify who their customer is. We also help them with a graphic that solicits a call to action. And with over 75 years of experience, we know how to build direct mail campaigns that help you find the ROI you're looking for that's both right for your brand and your budget. There are 3 lines of effort that we have at the Postcard People. One of them is is we do our direct mail campaign, where right now we're offering about 10% off on a 6x9 postcard that can go out. 22 cent, 10% off of that. I can't control what the federal government does on postage. They're trying to put me out of business. That's another conversation for another day. The second thing we do is what we call is our postcard plus. Right now you're seeing the intermarrying of both marketing concepts and direct mail, where basically we send out a postcard and we basically go in over a 30-day period and we hit them up with 7 to 16 touch points, which basically solidifies a brand between you and that person. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Google, your email, text, telephone number, we go out that. And so you have a real live in the moment dashboard that updates every 70 minutes that'll tell you if someone has clicked on one of your QR code, they've clicked on the ad on Facebook, and then you convert that and retarget that person. So if you send out 1,000 and 10 people kind of click on that, then those are people that are hot leads that you can actually go back and click on. And the last one, which is a personal favorite of mine, someone told me one time, I can't afford direct mail. And I says, well, I'll figure out how to make it affordable for you. So if you work in teams, what we have designed is what we call the exclusive postcard. So on this postcard, for as much as like 3 to 7 cents with postage included, you can buy an entire zip code, or you can buy a postal route between the people. If you buy a carrier route, it's no more than $50 to $75. And what we found out is when people click on that QR code, it's all about data. We're able to find those people and then give you a real warm lead. So basically, our whole job is to make direct mail affordable for small businesses like yours. And what people always say about us is we provide great service that's affordable in a timely manner. So my question to you after you have a beer tonight is, what are you waiting for? Contact the postcard people and let us help you find the customer you're looking for. I'm Lloyd Elam. Thank you so very much.
Okay, without any further ado, I do want to introduce our speaker tonight. So first off, good evening, everyone. Love to see the full room. Welcome to another packed night at the Omaha REIA, where we skip the fluff, ignore the gimmicks, and bring real people to do real things. And without pretending they invented real estate, right? Because I have turned many of those speakers down, trust me. Now, our speaker tonight isn't here to tell you about how to cold call 100 homeowners or pitch distressed duplexes to you. Nope, Nikki is here on a completely different approach, one that combines beauty, purpose, and long-term wealth in a way that investors overlook, and especially myself, I'm going to tell you that. She is nationally recognized interior designer, a real estate investor, a speaker, a coach, and the CEO of Nikki Klugh Design Group. In just 3 years, she has scaled her family real estate portfolio to 48 doors, while also designing multi-million-dollar spaces that have been featured in national publications. Her work is next level. And we're talking about projects at the Zeta Phi Beta International Headquarters. This is the tongue twisters here. And is it Obsidian? The Obsidian House for Black Artists and Designer Guild. But what makes Nikki different is this. She's not just about aesthetics. She's about alignment. She helps people create environments that feel as good as they look, and teaches design that can support you in your lifestyle, but also a legacy. If you caught her on episode 139 of REIA Radio, you already know she isn't just a designer who dabbles in real estate. This is someone who uses design and investing as a double engine vehicle for wealth on purpose. So whether you're here tonight as a landlord, a flipper, a designer, or just someone that wants to live with a little more intention, you're in the right place. Right now, I'm hoping to just get some ideas for my own house, because I'm like, look at this, or my Airbnbs, and I'm like, oh, I could do so much better. But get ready to rethink how you invest, how you live, and maybe even how you make your home feel. Please give a big Omaha REIA welcome to Nikki Klugh. You guys you want cocktails tonight?
Let me get halfway through it, then we'll talk about
And you
it.
got headphones on. Cool.
Good evening. Good evening. So there is this little void right here, and all of my energy is going to just drop right here. if you don't help me keep it up. So whenever I say something that you think is really insightful or that you aren't doing yet but would like to, I want you to say, love it. I want you to just yell out, love it. Let's practice. Love it. Okay, so I want you to paint your entry door a bright highlighter yellow color tomorrow. Love it. Okay, so let's get the slides up. And thank you, Ted, for this opportunity. It was great to talk to you for an hour and 42 minutes. Like, how did we do that? We were talking about some good stuff, and we even got into family things. Okay, there we go. So you guys are here because you're smart. You're smart with your money. You have counted the cost. You know your numbers, and you've done the math. You always look for ways to increase your returns and minimize your risk. Okay, but there's something that you might not be fully tapped into yet. That's why I'm here. When you purposely and intentionally include beauty, thoughtful design with every finish, every fixture, every layout choice, if you make this from intentional choices, you don't just get compliments. You get more eyes on your listing. You get higher rental rates, faster resale timelines, better tenant retention, which we know saves lots of money. I'll talk about that. And in the case of short-term rentals, you get those 5-star reviews because it's a review business, right? You get those 5-star reviews that keeps your books full and steady. I've seen it happen over and over again over my 2 decades of experience, and I happened upon it by chance. Investors who come to me thinking, oh, I just needed to look a little bit nicer, they walk away realizing that they've unlocked a whole next level of income potential. And so why is this? It's because design influences how people feel in spaces. And we'll take a survey because I want to know if you are the type of person, most of us are, that can feel a space. And you know, when you have someone like me on your team, we help people experience the space in a way that stands out above the rest. When you have someone like me on your team, I'm bringing partnership to you. We're going to elevate perceived value together, create emotional connection at first glance, and help you make smart design decisions that are timeless, durable, and profitable. I design for ROI, for impact, for long-term growth. And whenever you are flipping a single-family home or outfitting your next Airbnb or remodeling a multifamily unit so that you can raise the rents, I will share some tips with you today that will help you do that successfully because you can bet your bottom dollar that the big boys are already doing this. They are already taking advantage of interior design tips, tricks, and secrets that you don't even know about. I'm going to share some of those with you today. Yes, I'm an expert, but we all are in here learning and growing, and so I want to learn and grow with you too. If you have a tip or a trick that's alignment, that's in the area that I'm talking about, please raise your hand. The thing is, though, that you have to come to the mic so that it can be on the recording. Okay, you all agree with me? Because some of you have been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 5. Okay, yes, designing for over 20 years, but I know that you guys are smart too and have some tips that we can share with everyone because we're all here to learn. I've learned so much in this community, so it really is my honor to give back. This isn't just about granite countertops and fluffing and staging. This is really about transforming your properties into cash-flowing, high-value, irresistible assets. And it all starts with intention, with design that works as hard as you do. So, who am I? Who am I for you to even want to listen to me? I am Nikki Klugh. I am a real estate investor currently holding 48 properties with my amazing husband, Arnett. Wave. with a goal of reaching 200 properties in the next 5 years. I'm a general contractor with 15 years of experience, a celebrity interior designer, designing for clients all across the country. Because we moved with the military, that just, again, serendipitous that I ended up with clients from coast to coast to coast. Principal designer of Nikki Klugh Design Group. We work with Inc. 5000 companies, lawyers, doctors, professionals, and real estate investors, of course. I mentor others. I speak on the big stages. I've been in ABC, NBC, CBS, NPR, PBS, Oprah's Magazine, Martha Stewart's, Veranda Architectural Digest, Interior Design, House Beautiful, San Diego Home and Garden, Coastal Homes, and many, many more. I'll stop there. I've been interviewed hundreds of times. I was the national spokesperson for the Home Depot and Black Girls Rock, and I've traveled to 28 countries and counting. Every time I leave my home, I'm taking notes, I'm observing, I'm seeing things. I have a semi-photographic memory, but these experiences across the world, I'm taking in architecture and food and culture, and I get the honor of bringing that to my clients. But I've been doing this work so long because I absolutely love it. We've expanded a bit, and we've expanded our scope from design only to construction as well, officially. You know, Texas, you don't need a contractor's license to do remodels. But here you do. And so we made it official. I am literally living my dream, and I want to help you do the same. So I'm going to show you how interior design is an appreciating asset. Like, it is literally an ROI with a long-term value. And in the case of short-term rentals, guest satisfaction. And it has been my secret weapon for many, many years. So this guy right there. And that guy wasn't born yet. No, I'm going to hear about that. Hunter is our youngest baby boy. He's not in this picture, but we moved from Germantown, Maryland in 2000, even. In 2000, we moved from Germantown, Maryland to Albuquerque, New Mexico. We were signing up, and I gotta come out here because I just feel this void. We were looking forward to a 6-year training program. Okay, it was residency for Arnett's. And we thought it would be wise to purchase a home because we were going to be there 6 years. Why pay rent for 6 years? It was a little risky, you know, it was ambitious, but we had family support. My grandfather gave us a gift of $10,000 for the down payment. We worked with Keith McRae. I still remember his name. Anyone realtors in here, raise your hand. Okay, your people will remember you because you were involved in a life-changing moment for them. My mom was with me and Aunt Ruby. We went to Albuquerque to go house hunting, and Keith McRae helped us find this home. It was a new build in a KB Homes. Anybody remember KB? And it was the dream. It was just so special. It was our first purchase. It meant so much to us. The kids were thriving. We were in our first neighborhood where we had community outside of where I grew up in Houston, Texas. We had a church family. Everything was great. But one day we got a phone call, and it was shocking. It was scary, and I didn't know how we would overcome this new obstacle, because we had made this house our home. It actually is the place that sent me back to design school, officially. I got my interior design degree as a result of decorating this home. And we were in this house for 2.5 years when we got that phone call, and it was like the program is shutting down. It's going to require that you move. It's going to be immediate. And we had a mortgage, and by that time, 4 kids. Hunter was born. And Arnett found another training program. It took a few weeks. It took a lot of prayer with our church family, but he did find a new one. And I was devastated. I was like, how am I going to manage raising 4 kids when he's in California and I'm in New Mexico? Like, I was already stretched to the max. So it's like, we've got to sell this home. We've got to sell this home. But we didn't have enough equity to include our realtor again. So we had to sell it on our own. We went to church, and there was a sermon that said, everything you need is in your home. And I latched on to that like I had no other options and no other opportunity, and said, everything we need is in our home. And we listed that home. I read a book about setting up this like false bidding war, and putting an ad in the paper for a super low price. You're going to get all these people and create this bidding war. It didn't work out like that. But the one family that came to see our home, those are the people who bought the home. Nobody else came through our doors. And so that is when I realized, oh, wow, like I did this for me, for my family. I did these upgrades, I painted, I made this house a home for us. But wow, whew, it saved the day, because now I get to go move with my husband instead of staying back raising 4 kids all on my own. I want to point out a couple of simple little things right away, and we're going to get deeper into this. I probably need a timer because I can talk forever. I don't want to keep you here all night. And remember our rule, you're going to tell me, love it. Thank you. So above the refrigerator, you see how there's no cabinets up there? It just feels like this empty space. It was all of $350 to add those cabinets up there. And that's, depending on your budget, depending on other things that are going on in life. But that was like essential storage space for me. But it also just made it feel complete. Like that bothers me. My brain sees things that are incomplete, and I cannot let it go. So that is what happened. Okay, take my picture down again. That is what $350 could get. And then we also built this desk area. To the right here, you see the desk chair. But this was our home from the before to the after. This is how I started my design career. Builder lights. Remove those right away. Don't put those in your flips. They're ugly. They're boob lights. They're not worth the $50 you pay for them. Okay, spend a little time and upgrade your lighting. Thank you. So I bet you wonder. I bet you want to know like what was the end result. So we sold it in less than 30 days. To the very first buyer that walked through the door, and for the asking price in a very competitive market. They were building the exact home across the street. Like the back of our house backed into this, big two-lane road, but behind that was just an empty field, and KB Homes were building that same model. And so that the decor, the design, the homey feel, the family that walked into our home and it felt like their home, that's how we sold that house. Thank the Lord. But that's when I knew the power of design. And I bet you wonder, what is up with those 3 little kids? Like, where are they now, 18 years later? This is them. This is my family, my pride and joy. Thank you. And really, this is my why, and I'm sure your family is your why too. Yes, wealth is important. It allows us to do things for our family. Wealth is a tool, but without our family, without our health, it means absolutely nothing. So allow that to seep in too. I want to take a quick little detour because I know the power of this. It has not anything to do with this presentation. Okay, I'll be really, really quick. Think of your big whys. Have you done the exercise where you're peeling back the onion? Why? Why? Okay, well, why is that important? Okay, well, why is that important? Because it's really never about the money. It's about something else. It's about a promise you've made to yourself. It's about a vow that happened maybe when you were 13 or 14 years old, and you said, I will never, or I will always, or this is my dream. Okay, pull that out. Grab a photo, grab an image of that thing and put it on your wall. Like that is your big why. You can have 3 to 5, no more than that, but that's what keeps you going every day, right? I want you to get a visceral connection to why you do what you do. So on those days when you don't feel like doing it anymore, when you want to just slam it all against the wall, like that'll keep you going. So that's what I call money spaces, and we do that for entrepreneurs. And yeah, design for me is more than about the pretty looks. It's so much deeper because we have a connection to spaces. Winston Churchill said, first we design our spaces, and then our spaces design us. And it's so true. So let's talk about different real estate strategies, because I know that's what you're really here for. Has anyone ever done or seen or participated in a zero capital gains strategy? Anyone? Nobody? Have you heard of it? Okay, maybe I'm not saying it right because I know I'm in a room of really, really smart investors. So it's when you buy a home, you live in the home for 2 years, and when you sell it, if you're single, $250,000 of it is tax-free. If you're married, $500,000 is tax-free. Anybody ever use that strategy or heard of anyone that does that? Okay, am I saying it wrong? Zero capital gains, right? Okay, love it. To what? Don't know. Okay, but it's going up. This is like so valuable, especially in California, right? Where those ROIs can, like those rates can, that delta can jump so high. But it's actually possible here in Omaha too, in areas like Dundee or Linden Estates or Regency. You can find a home that is dilapidated, that, it's just dated. It's not dilapidated if it's in one of those neighborhoods, right? But it needs some help. It needs some work. If you buy that home, you live in it for 2 years, and whatever you sell it for, up to $500,000 as a married person, is all tax-free. Because who doesn't want tax-free money, right? Okay, so I helped Jen Ergine do this. We actually did it together twice. She purchased a home in June 2015. The renovation cost were $250,000. She sold it in February 2018 because she has to hold it for 2 years, and the profit was $489,000 once all the different taxes and not taxes, because she didn't pay taxes, but real estate fees and things like that. So it was 100% tax-free. Again, this is California. I'm sure there are examples like that here in Nebraska as well. So we took this kitchen and we totally redid it. Of course, we changed out the fixtures and the finishes. It was actually a complete gut. What we did with one piece, because it was blocking the traffic flow. See, Jen was a nurse, and her husband was a business owner, and they coached baseball with their 2 kids. And so they hosted events, after the game, into the season parties, and this just did not work for their family. So we also, in this back corner, cut out a doorway into the hallway. So the final result of this is actually breathtaking. It's one of my favorite projects. And thank you. So custom-made cabinetry, just about everything in there. Not everything, but very, very thoughtful. Jen actually liked design, but she wanted to know that she had the right scale, the right color palettes. So she would actually go out and scour the sources and bring them to me, and we'd work through them and talk through them. So she didn't pay the premium price of design, but she definitely got the expertise and experience to back her up and tell her when and when not to move. So this was the kitchen. Design is not just decoration, it's a strategy. Thank you. And that kitchen actually ended up in a couple of magazines. A friend texted me this, and I was like, oh, I hadn't even seen that one. Thank you. We're going to talk about lighting too, and I need to speed it up. This is the bathroom. Ooh, I love it. Very, very dated. It's two pictures. If it were one picture, you would see that it's an island right there in the middle. So it's a picture from the left side of the island, picture from the right side of the island. It was a his on one side and a hers on the other. I guess they thought that was a good idea. But as time proved, it was not. And this is what we created later. Thank you. We actually blocked a window. A lot of people tell you never block light. But if you can compensate for it in another way, the function of this space demanded that we block that light, that window. And this is the other side. We are going to talk about universal design. It is the top secret that people aren't thinking about yet. But as you age and have different abilities that people have, you want to be able to just roll into a shower and have a zero clearance. So as many times as you can do that, that's worth the investment. And that freestanding tub, one of my favorites, she picked that out, but she had 3 others that would not have worked. So this is a graph from Zillow that shows how the home appreciated. Again, California rates. But the most important thing to think about is using that strategy. You need to stay in the home for 2 years. I would recommend remodeling it as you go. It's kind of like a BRRR. Like you guys, I know, have heard of that and are doing that. So you improve the property while you're living there. And at the end of the 2 years, you can sell it and have that tax-free income. You want to, of course, focus on kitchens and baths, and then any other surfaces, you just want to unify it. So we took out all the flooring throughout the house, used luxury vinyl plank in this multi-million-dollar home in Carlsbad, Rancho Santa Fe area, and it's fine. Like the luxury vinyl plank has gotten a bad name for some reason, but it actually looks great and it performs really, really well. I think it's just the quality, like some knockoff brands have come along and kind of disrupted that. All right, now we're in Omaha. Thank you. Highest rent of all of our properties is found right here in this duplex. And one of our clients, who I'm also her client, is here in the room. Missy, hi. Thank you for joining us. They do arbitrage on the left half of that duplex. And we rent out the right half of that duplex. I cannot wait till they move so that I too can do Airbnb, because she makes an extra $20,000 a year over what she pays me, which is full rate. Like, it's one of the higher rental income properties that is the highest that we have, but one of the highest in the neighborhood. And so the reason that this home does so well is because it has amazing finishes. It's really, really done well. This was one of our first purchases, and I knew that coming into this industry, I needed something that was turnkey. Like, I didn't want to learn everything all at once. Like, let me get something, let me get my feet wet, let me work with the clients, let me work with property managers, and then maybe I can do something that requires a massive overhaul. So, nice appliances, tile up the backsplash, staging. We won't go much into that, but I did want to touch on this picture because it was such an odd little space. You have to show people how to use those spaces, right? So that was really done well there. And again, we went from a tiny, tiny space to this really big living room. Staging it helps people see, oh, this is how I can live in this space. And so the high-end appliances, the wood floors, the open floor plan, this all appeals to professionals, and our renters on the right side have been there the whole time we've owned that property for 4 years now. And again, I want them to stay, but I kind of don't. They are searching for their own home now. So this is a property in New Buffalo, Michigan. This is someone that we helped coach along. It was a friend in another mastermind. And she's like, Nikki, I need your help. Like when she moved into a studio apartment and needed to move her mom in, she called me and was like, this is my situation. Can you help me? And of course I did. And she was like, well, this is something else I'm working on. Will you help me with that? And so we took a look at her property, her home she inherited in Chicago. I don't have pictures of that one yet because it took a long time to get that off the ground with the kitchen remodel and all the other things around it. But this one we got off the ground right away. She says it's consistently at capacity with repeat guests. And the system that I set up for her, the elevations and the diagrams for the pillows and curtains, that's what she uses for her property manager to keep it looking nice. And so this is the dining room. I should really include, thank you. I should really include before pictures in these presentations because you can imagine the condition it was in. And it felt like just this long, like bowling alley, right? So in order to overcome that, we brought the blue from the foreground and put it in the background to unify the two spaces. And the fireplace, that is actually wallpaper. It's not actually stone. So, but it gives the impression that it's stone and raises the perceived value, because when you're doing an Airbnb, a short-term rental, VRBO, it's the pictures. Everything's in the pictures, right? That's how people make their decisions. So as long as when they get there, the place is as clean as it looks on the pictures, you're good to go, even if the stone is faux stone, okay? So, so this is other photos of that space. Of course, with Airbnb, to make a play space, working as they vacation, we call it workations. They get to experience other cities, work during the day and play at night. You want to include some type of working surface. That's one of the Airbnb tips that we share, but also some really cool play areas as well. And then just restful and peaceful. This is on a lake, and everything else around them has that very, very kitschy lake house feel, okay? So we wanted to stand out in the pictures where everything else is just light blues and creams and light blues and creams. This property allows her to stand out. It still offers some of that serenity, but if I can go back, will it allow me to go back? There we go. Those pops of color is what keeps her booking full because it stands out among the crowd. People remember it and they come back to it. So this is Shayna. It was so good to talk to her. I just did an interview with her last week in preparation for this because she's a lifelong client and we don't really like follow up like we should. We know they're gonna be with us forever. After each project, getting that testimonial. So they talked last week, and these are some of the things that she had to say that we were really helpful in getting her started with her real estate investment journey, and just that everyone is always so, so, so pleased when they come to her space. So stand out from the crowd, systematize your processes, and have a cheerful color palette that's thoughtfully applied. And then, of course, the attention to detail. Nobody wants to stay in a dirty Airbnb. So, Lux Lighting, on to design tips. Because again, these are the things that the big investment groups are using. Hotels use this, casinos use this. When you go shopping, they use these design elements to keep you in their stores. I call it designing to your senses. It's probably not going to make sense to a lot of people. Our clients, when we educate them on the process, it does. I won't take a whole bunch of time now to do that, but just know that it's creating this visceral effect. It's creating this, I don't want to say spiritual, but it's creating this connection with your environment that puts you in a mood that's cheerful and welcoming and open. So here's the test that I wanted to ask. Have you ever walked into a restaurant that came highly recommended? Like your best friend was like, oh, that food is slamming. You gotta go there. Anybody? And then you go in and you're like, what the heck? Ew, I don't want to eat here. Like you already have that glowing testimonial. They have told you all the flavors and juices that were flowing when they ate there, but then you're like, no, because of the way it looks, right? Y'all get that. I don't have to explain that too much. That's how it is when people are shopping for a new home, for a short-term rental, for an apartment. Like we have to tap into that more. We're not tapping into that enough. We're just looking at the numbers. We're just like, okay, I can buy for this much, I invest that much, and I can sell it for this much. But the investment part, that's where we need to camp down and hunker down a little bit more to utilize all of these design, they call them science-based design principles that connect with people and make them want the product that you're selling. You see it in marketing all the time, colors, textures. In the casinos, it smells, and the ding, 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 ding. That's a scientifically proven frequency that is pleasing to most people, and they want to stay. So lighting, we want to put lighting at every level. Of course, we want overhead lighting, but we want task lighting. And in this kitchen, which is my kitchen, I love to live in, there's the picture. It's underneath too. It's the toe kick lighting. Okay, so you want to be conscientious of that. Thank you. And Tony has eaten dinner with me and seen this beautiful space that we love to cook in, that my mom keeps smelling like good old Southern food all 2 months that she's here with me in the summer. And yes, so lighting, you want to put it on a dimmer switch. I want to make sure I get all my notes. You want to put it on a dimmer. You want to add it at every layer. And you want to think about the tone. So there's warm light and there's cool light, right? And then the whitest of lights is the daylight. Those bulbs, that's what they're marked now. They're labeled. The people are getting a little bit more educated about that. So the manufacturers are including cool, warm, and daylight. Warm is going to be at the lower end. It's about 2,700 Kelvin. The brighter blue cool lights are going to be about 4,000, 5,000. Depending on the undertones, which we will get to in just a moment, that's the determination you'll make of whether you want a warm light or cool light. So we'll come back to that. And yeah, I just didn't know for sure, because I designed so many spaces, I love so many styles. I didn't know for sure that I would want to live in a dark kitchen. But we were kidless, and I wanted a sexy space. So I went for it, and I still love it. So, number 2, pleasing palettes. You know, flippers are known for stacking up whatever tile was left over at Home Depot for $1.99. And you're just wanting to get the material as low cost as you possibly can. But I want to encourage you to take a little time, think about it. While due diligence is happening, that's a great time to start looking at your color palette, start looking at the potential of the floor plan. And you know, one thing that my business coach taught me is that you want to maximize what you already have. Like, who wants to have 10 rental homes when you can make the same amount of money with 8 really well-planned rental homes? So I want you to think about that, like maximize the potential and the opportunity that's found with each project that you're doing, and really take the time to think about your materials. Okay, who in here is already doing that? Who is taking the 30 days during due diligence to really start planning out the aesthetics and the vibe and the feel of your new project? Okay, I see a hand back there. Awesome, awesome. Anybody else who wants to start doing this? Okay, so that's why you're here. So I hope you're taking notes. I don't see any pens going. I would not remember all of this, but I will give you an opportunity to get the slides at the end. So get your phones ready for that. We're gonna breeze through these next few points. Can I get a time check? Because I don't know if this is right. 8 o'clock. Okay, so flippers, of course, get a notorious, it's like, they're just putting junk in there and blah, blah. That's not true. I mean, like, we care about the products that we're turning out. We just don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. And so wood tones, if you can vary that, it shows intentionality. And you want to keep the undertones similar. I'm going to show you in 2 more slides why. Okay, but green, that's a color palette that's really popular now because it gives us a sense of calm and peace and oneness with nature. So this color palette represents just the textures. You don't want to keep everything the same, like flat, flat, or shiny, shiny. You want to vary and layer your textures. And the way to do that, the way I instruct clients that do this designer on retainer, where they're doing the legwork and I come in as an expert and help them pare down, is I tell them, pick out everything at the tile showroom that you see and that you love. Like, bring it all, and we're going to pare down. We're going to look at all these things together. I want the tiles. I want the metal tones. I want the hardware. I want the faucet. Like, anything, any of the samples that you can acquire, like, get them all in one space, and then you can make some really, really educated decisions. And the showrooms will give those to you. Like, one of my favorite showrooms is ProSource. Anybody shop at ProSource? They have everything in one place. So again, as your real estate investing partner, because we are all in here learning together, if you ever have a need to go into places that are to the trade only, I'm happy to help there. This is an example of what to splurge on. I wanted to talk about how a $5 tile compared to a $20 tile, in the moment, that seems like a big jump, right? But when you're looking at a kitchen backsplash and you only need 100 square feet, that might be what sells your home, okay? The attention to detail and that backsplash. And so, of course, run the numbers, of course, look at the cost and if it makes sense. But I want you to just open up the space so that you know to look and you know that this might be the thing that sells this home. When you have a material that is simple and plain, another way to increase the perceived value is using an interesting pattern. So that's why, like, the chevron patterns got popular, and the stack and brick layer of subway tile got really popular, because it's like we want to create something that's not like everybody else. We want to bring something in that has some interest and some rhythm and rhyme to it. So what about undertones? What about undertones? Does anybody ever think about undertones? Yay, yay, yay. Okay, this is something that most people are not even aware of, but you feel it. Like, you can walk into a space, it's like, everything looks nice, but just something's not right. Let me read this, because I actually took a course for this specifically. Every fixed element in a home, tile, flooring, countertops, cabinetry, paint, has a subtle undertone. This could be warm, like yellow, red, and orange, or it could be cool, like blue, green, or violet, or neutral, like taupe and grayish. When the undertone is in a space, when the undertones clash, the home feels disjointed. It feels dated, it feels off. You might not be able to articulate it, but emotionally you feel it. And it makes you feel like something's not right here. So Maria Killam's concept of unifying undertones teaches that when you align the undertones of your fixed finishes and furnishings, the entire space feels more cohesive, elevated, and moved and ready. So can you tell what 2 pieces of tile are not in alignment because the undertones are off? The yellow, right? It's clashing with the other warm tones of those palettes. So I got to fix that. Whew, okay, we're good now. So you want to, the way that I do my kind of, quick shortcut for undertones, it's kind of like when you put on Christmas lights on a Christmas tree. When you're wrapping the Christmas tree, you want to make sure you got enough lights everywhere. And you're like, oh, I don't know, should we put more on this side? The trick to that is squint, like squint. And then you can see, oh, it's heavier light on this side, right? So if you look at your color palette, you've gotten all your materials together, just squint and see, is there something that pops out at me? That thing probably doesn't belong. That's a love it. Paint choices. So again, along the lines of undertones, along the lines of what's popular now, warm neutrals is what's popular now. Gray is absolutely out. I've been living with it for 17 years because I was a bit ahead of the trend. So I'm happy to know that we're back to warm neutrals. Of course, we don't want the builder beige, but we want something softer, something prettier. And creams, taupes, mushrooms, grays, oatmeal, soft clay. These hues add depth and coziness without overwhelming the space. They feel natural, luxurious, and timeless. They're ideal for creating an emotional connection in the staging. This is our rental property, and the color that we have throughout the home, it's like the grays. And then these are pictures from just Pinterest to show it can be on your cabinetry, it can be on the walls, and there's a bazillion colors of white. And if you go with one that has the right undertones, it makes it feel soft and soothing. I forgot to mention that if you see a photo that has a little squiggly line at the bottom right, that means it's my work. These are not. So just want to be clear, this is not my work. I'm very particular about that. Though they were done well, I just can't claim credit. Paint choices, earth tones, organic greens. Again, the greens make you feel connected to nature. It makes your blood pressure come down. It makes you feel more soothed and serene. And so in this project here in Omaha, Nebraska is one of our first clients, and we're on phase 4 now. We're doing a few rooms at a time. This project is using the greens, and the wall color is a shade of green, but a softer green. It's not showing up really clearly on that picture, though. A huge space that we divided and used as a dining area and then a seating area. Space planning is one of the things we enjoy most. The next 2 things, metal tones. This is a way to elevate your space, especially if you're doing higher end, like I said, Linen Estates, Regency, if you're doing higher end flips. The sure sign that it was a flip is for every single fixture to be the same metal tone. Okay, so mix your metal tones. Like, it's a special gift to mixing metal tones, but I'm going to give you some tips, okay? Mixing metals can be difficult, but I'm going to give you a couple of tips. I'm going to put them in kind of categories for you. So cool metal tones are chrome, nickel, and stainless steel. You could have guessed that. Warm tones are gold, brass, copper, oil rub bronze, and then neutral is cast iron or black matte brass. So if you don't hire an interior designer, the safest way to mix your metal tones is to first pick the primary metal tone. And I'm going to show you a picture so that you can see this in play. You pick your primary metal tone and use that most places. But then you find one element, one thing that can be like, oh, it's standing out from everything else. Then that's the thing that you choose a different metal tone for. So for example, this project that we did in Texas, we did a ground up build. All the other finishes in the space are actually gold. Doesn't show well on this picture, but most other fixtures in this room room is gold, but the mirrors are black. So that's an easy way to mix a metal tone, like super easy. And it's gonna make your flip look so much better and like it had a lot of attention. My pet peeve is single mount faucets because they get dirty. Like if you are low on space, okay, great, use that. But the one on the right, that just has so many different surfaces and crevices, and as a mom of 4 boys, I hate it. So use a wide set if you can. That was just thrown in there. Had nothing to do with anything else. But wall molding, that's one of my favorite things to do because it can be really inexpensive and makes such a big impact. When we have projects that are like they want champagne, but they only got a beer budget, molding is one of the solutions, always. Always. It brings architectural detail, interest. You can use it with art to bring, to call to an accent room. It's really, really impactful and doesn't cost a lot of money. And it's a DIY project. Like you can buy this setup at Home Depot. This is one of the examples of a project we recently did in California where we were doing the whole house. And she was like, I have 250, 275, and I think that's enough, right? And I'm like, how many rooms are we doing? That includes a bathroom and a guest bathroom and a kitchen. So we were able to work it out because we do that. We do a high-low game. We invest in some pieces heavily and in other pieces not so much. But the wall molding, that was key. That was how we elevated the entire space. This project in DC, the molding can get really intricate these days. Have y'all watched the Instagram videos of them putting up that molding? It's so fun. I love it. This one, the before was like Builder Brown everywhere. And I was like, what am I gonna do with this? This was actually one of the first projects I was able to use molding to my heart's content. And I did a fun little thing with AI to remove the molding. You see how plain that would have looked without the molding? Even designed, like even elevated from the Builder Brown empty room. The molding adds character and interest, whereas a flat wall is just plain. All right, my last tip, and then we'll go to Q&A. Universal design. This is something that's not talked about a lot in our circles. It hardly gets talked about in interior design, to be honest. But universal design is very important because we have people with different abilities. And now with all the different, live your best life, support each other, people that would normally stay in the house are getting out, like they're traveling. They're living their best lives and they want to do that at home too. So they're going to visit their grandkids. They need a space where they won't trip. They need a space where they can easily step into the shower. They need spaces that will support them in all of their different levels of ability. So universal design, it not only opens up your market, it keeps people safe. So when you incorporate universal design principles into your property, whether it's a flip, a rental, or a short-term rental, you're not just building for today, you're creating a space that adapts to a wider range of potential buyers or tenants without sacrificing beauty or sophistication. So I always here, it's a walk-in shower. This is the curbless that I referenced earlier tonight. You just can walk right in without having to lift your leg over a curb, or if you had a walker, just easily accessible. Awesome. Drawers over doors. So on the left picture, you see a bank of 3 and 3 drawers, and then in the middle, doors. If you can imagine all of that stuff that we collect inside of our cabinets, they're so much easier to reach when you can pull out a full extension drawer. So you want to talk to our gal over here to get that. The full extension is important because if it just stops and you got 8 inches behind the frame, it's still kind of hard to reach. And then on the right picture here, we have what used to be an old school traditional pantry with a door. But that header, whether it's 10 inches or 18 inches, depending on the ceiling height, you can never behind that to get what you're wanting to get. So here we opened up, just like I did in my kitchen, a full pantry so you can have floor to ceiling storage. Storage is one of the other things that didn't make my 7 list, but if you can show people how they can really live their lives with all their things in your home or property that you're selling, that is really important. Here, it doesn't have to be ugly. Like, grab bars are important when you need them, but right now I don't need them. So what I did was I put blocking in the wall. So I planned ahead, and we have plans, we have elevations so that we know this is where the blocking is that's necessary for the security bars, so that when it's time, hopefully it won't be for a very long time, when it's time, I can add the security bars to that bathroom. And you guessed it, they fit nicely inside of that agate accent tile. So even when they go up, they're gonna be pretty. And we talked about drawers over doors. That's the picture on the right. On the left, can you see it? It's a pot filler, because again, my mama loves to cook and I love for her to cook for me. So we can put a pot on the stove and fill it right there. It's a very old world thing, but I'm glad it made it back into popular culture because it is a universal design principle. And oh, there was one other. Let me go back to this kitchen. It's hiding right in the corner, like right in the middle of the page, further down. There's a microwave in the counter height, okay? Microwaves inside of the island or at counter height are much safer for older people or elders to pull things up and onto the counter versus pulling things down that could cause harm pulling onto them. So universal design, think about it, learn about it, incorporate it into every project you do. You're gonna broaden your population of interested buyers because they're not thinking about just their own long-term investment. They're thinking about their parents, they're thinking about their cousin who isn't a walker, they're thinking about the person that may visit that has cerebral palsy. So think about universal design and include it in all of your projects. Again, the big boys are already doing it. Hotels are already doing it. Casinos are already doing it. We should be doing it too. Levers over knobs, that one's easy. And if you're not already doing this, why not? Because those old yellowed electrical boxes and switches are just gross. Put that in your budget. Change out all of them to rockers, okay? You promise? Okay. So stay informed. I want to share more tips with you as I dive into this investment world. It's something that I have become super passionate about. I thank my mom and my brother who owned a home before I did, even though he was 5 years younger. Like, real estate is something, it's something that goes way beyond just building wealth. It really is something that is historical, something that we all deserve, and something that I hope you will continue to move forward in. So it's my honor, my pleasure. If I can help you with any of these strategies, please reach out. Let's see. I am here not to sell you pretty things, although I love pretty things. I'm here to help you make an emotional connection with your audience, with your buyers. And if you want to chat, please schedule a discovery call there. And we're going to open up for Q&A.
And if you do have questions, please come up to the mic in the middle. We definitely want to take your questions. Yeah.
Hi. Thank you.
Michael Schluter. I'm the founder of Omaha Heal Center, So Clean We Heal. I have 2 concepts that I was thinking on my heart to ask.
Yeah.
So in the home, when we're trying, we don't know what makes a 5-star. Like, we try to encourage 5-star reviews, but if we could just encourage people with indirectly without letting them know, the lighting itself, there are light bulbs in Norway that they developed for people who are depressed while it's dark outside. So I bought these light bulbs just to test it out. And I'm like, my attitude is better. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
But those are light bulbs that exist. You can just Google that. But also that question there is how important is that? And then also the native plants outside require less watering. And if you don't want to mow your properties or make it very simple for a robot to do, but that's where we're coming ahead in our communities, not trying to but what are some of your takes on like quality in the home for lighting? You should invest more money on good products so you don't have to keep buying stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, we've seen the transition to LED, so that's a concern that's already addressed. They last forever. But buying the right color temperature. So if you are working with a warm color palette, you want to have warm lighting. I don't know that I made that very, very clear and specific. If you have a cool color palette, then you want to have cool lighting. So cool is anything above, I want to say 3,000 Kelvin and up. Anything below that is going to be considered warm. And the daylight, there is a name for them. There's a technical name because my husband wants me to buy. What is it? Yes, seasonal affective disorder.
Yes.
That was one of the reasons we hesitated to move here, because when we lived in Maryland, they had gray days that lasted 2 whole months and I would be depressed. And the fear of moving here was it's as cold, if not colder, than Maryland, but it turns out it's so bright and sunny, like it fools you. You look outside and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a good day. You walk out and it's -7. So yeah, it's bright and sunny here, so I don't need it anymore.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
All right, awesome. Love it. So, name's Andre Gashard. My question was, you have like about 50 doors and your goal was 200. I was curious, where did that goal come from? And then my second question would be, what book are you reading currently?
Okay, so right now I am reading Profit First for Contractors, because I want to start off on the right foot, charging appropriately and not underbidding and robbing Peter to pay Paul to stay afloat. And then the goal. So in talking to our financial advisor, if you can imagine, with 4 sons in the military in San Diego, California, we were strapped for cash. Like every single penny went into the kids, into family vacations. We would drink lemon water that I put Splenda in for dinners so that we can go out to dinner, but we could also save money for vacation. So I was a very frugal mom, okay? And so when we retired from the Navy, my husband can vouch for this, and I hope I don't embarrass you. We had no retirement savings. None. Like one of the first things we did was pay off our credit card debt, because again, our priority was our kids and surviving and living a life that wasn't destitute in California. So when we got to the number of like our goal, okay, this is really personal. Don't let it go out this room. Did I say it on your podcast already? I may have. Our goal was $25 million. And the reason is because once you have $25 million in the bank, you can live on the interest and have $1 million a year to live off of. Like, that sounds like a real good number. We'll get to visit all 4 sons. We'll get to see our grandkids. We'll still get to travel. And so that's how I came up with that first number. But then I hit 48 so fast. I'm a go-getter, honey. Like, if we can get to 48 in 3 years, why not go for 20? Why not go for 200? So our new goal, and I hope we can all get there together, is $100 million. Because from 25 to 100, that's when you can help other people. Like, you don't need that money at that point. I can help rescue women from the slave trade. I can help children that don't have food to eat. So now it's about more than just me and my family and our comfort. It's really about helping other people. That's why.
I'll just ask a follow-up question.
Sure.
That's cool. I wanted to know, is there someone that mentored you or something that helped you along the way? Podcasts, I don't know, like anything kind of come off your head?
Yeah, Bigger Pockets is great. There's a Facebook group called BRRR. That's how I learned about that. I'd love for my sons to participate in that strategy. You know, I learn a community. I said that on the podcast. I've been in so many different groups of entrepreneurs, some that I've started myself, some that I'm a paid client of, and some like this, where it's low cost, but we can all put in our knowledge together and grow together. So community is how I learn, and I really recommend that because you can stay accountable to your goals, right? You learn from other people. You don't have to make that mistake because you watch them make it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, Hal Richmond. Couple of questions. First, thank you for your service. Greatly appreciate it. Profit First for Contractors, great book. I recommend going for the paper trail if you really want to keep track and figure out what you're bidding correctly.
Perfect.
As a contractor, I've been very guilty of using the boob lights. Very guilty. I've always used all daylight bulbs as well. I've just never really got into lighting.
Yeah.
Recently started playing with it. But when you're talking about all these different things that you've done with your flips and your Airbnbs and your rentals, for someone like myself who wants to start doing some of that, what kind of additional budget should I add?
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you an example, 2,500 square foot house, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, $35,000 cosmetic budget. How much more should I add into my budget for that to make it a little nicer?
Right. So it's not necessarily that you need to spend more on materials. It really is about getting the right materials. So I had like another 3-4 slides, but I wanted to get to Q&A that tells you how to work with me. I will see you guys next month. Like, you know, I'm around, call me, we can figure it out. But one of the things that we offer is a $2,500 package where it's 10 hours. You use it however you need. And we come in, we talk together, and we look at all your selections. And then we really refine it and get to where we know that it's going to produce the ROI. So it's, again, it's not necessarily like luxury does not have to mean marble. Right? It can be that chevron tile that's appropriately placed that makes it look like $1 million. So I wouldn't necessarily increase your material costs. I would just spend more time or talk to someone like me to plan it out better so that you're maximizing your budget.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nikki, thank you so much for coming out. And one thing I loved was when you had the podcast, it was always family first in a conversation, and it shows here because your family's here, and I love that. So one thing question I have for you is I have a Airbnb. I call it the Little Beau Stay. It's down on right behind Bohemian Cafe.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm very good with the design side of things. I have no problem with design, but then I feel like I stop when it comes the furniture's good, the flow is there, but my walls are so bare for the most part. And I went to went to the antique stores, found some wood people that had created some fun little glass things with a little Bohemia emblem looking stuff on there, and it brings some of that old charm back in there. But I really feel like I need to be able to match the decor better, and I feel like I always get stuck there.
Okay.
And the second part of this is I want to be able to I feel like every Airbnb needs to have that one wow factor, that thing that maybe people want to take pictures in front of. And maybe it has, some people put QR codes up, some people put the name up in lighting, but some of that also looks kind of cheesy. But you need something to kind of bring that people back and create that memory so people remember the name.
Yeah.
Is there any suggestions that you have been giving clients that have those Airbnbs to be able to create that memorable thing in the place to be able to hopefully bring people back or go to your website?
Yep. So I'll start there just because that's
it's
fresh.
Very loaded.
So anytime you have a large wall, again, do that molding situation, and you can paint tone on tone. So once you do the molding setup, caulk really well. paint it the same color as the wall. That's going to give it that dimensional appearance. And I say a big wall because it can hold that detail, but also friends and family can gather around that wall and take that picture there. So the green wall is out, guys. Like, we've overplayed that. So don't do the green wall with the neon light anymore. I mean, if you already have it, keep it. But
See, I did all white because it's easy to clean. And so the whole house is white, but it's red, but I got red. It's red brick and lots of wood.
So again,
in that big wall, I just put a 90-inch TV right in there. I said, "Smack that baby in there."
Add the molding. But another thing you could do is just like big graphic art. You can create that really, really cheap. Like, you can splat some paint on that mug and hang it. Like, just get a color palette, buy the paint colors, make it a family activity over the weekend. We're going to create art together, guys. And then fill that wall. Again, scale is really important. Didn't cover that. Didn't have time, but scale is really important. So if you have a big white wall, maybe it's a triptych. Maybe it's 3 long, tall art pieces going down that whole wall. And again, think of your color palette, think of the mood and the vibe that you want to create with that color palette, who you're attracting to your Airbnb, what they're there for. Are they here for the World Series? Are they there for, or are they there for the music festival? Like, think of who you're attracting, like really get into your client's head, just like we do in business. Who are you serving? What do they care about? What are they passionate about? Tap into that. And so then going back to your original question,
that wow factor.
That wow factor.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could tell that in our work, but we're not style driven. Like, we're very eclectic. We're very client centric. So it's really all about what the client values and what they're interested in. And you'll see a mid-century modern piece with an antique piece. Like, I mix things. It really is about the scale for me, the scale and the undertones. So for you, that piece that doesn't match, make it bigger, like make it on purpose. If it doesn't match anything else in the house, go oversized, like keep a good margin around it so it's not, all the way to the edges of the wall and touching the door frame, but make it big and graphic. So it's like it's on purpose that it doesn't match anything else in the house.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anyone else? Thank you guys so much. If we can put my QR code up there one more time, I'd love to chat with anyone that is working on a project. I look forward to doing business with you guys in here, whether it's your project or my project. Like, I'm building my team too of subs and people I can rely on for financing and loans. And so happy to be a part of this community. Reach out anytime if you need any help at all from me. Thank you.
Nikki Klugh.
Woo! Hey, mama.
Bringing it tonight. Love it. Hey, so we're going to do this book giveaway here in a minute, and I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to put the card in there or write your name on a card, whatever you want to do, because we have like 5 books I think we're giving away tonight. In the meantime, Owen and I did a real estate rundown event, which I think comes out Monday. There's a little 2-minute segment where we talk about our upcoming event. And we're going to cue that and play while we're running around getting the cards, and then we'll wrap up here tonight. Multi-family playbook.
I can't wait, man. This is going to be fun. We have an all-star lineup of multifamily experts. They're going to be hitting a stage at the Aloft West Hotel, and excited to see all you guys there. I'm talking to you, people. And we have, I think this is going to work. We have a discount code.
Yeah. So capital O, WEN 50. And you put that in at any point, it's $50 off your ticket. Your QR code on your table is better than that. If you're buying the ticket today when this is live, tickets are still $199, or if you're not a member, it's $300. That $300 includes your REIA membership, and that will give you $50 off. You're already saving $25 on the REIA membership by doing that package deal. So now you can save pretty much $75.
Just savings galore, people. I mean, it's almost like we're paying you to go there. Is all we're saying.
Pretty much are.
Anyway, get out your credit card and get a hold of what's the best way for them to purchase tickets.
Yeah, so if you go to REIA Mastery Series, so REIAMasterySeries.com, you can buy your tickets right on there. We do have 1, 2, 3, 5 speakers, and then you and I will be emceeing the event. More,
of course.
But I have to be able to stand up there because we're gonna have 6 credit hours, and I'm an accredited speaker.
Hanging in the balance of your performance,
Yes,
Ted.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
So this is cool. So the reason why the 6 credit hours is a big deal. So for those of you that are licensed realtors out there or brokers, you can have, I think you said what, depending on the state or Nebraska specific.
Yep.
So you'll have 12 credit hours of continuing education requirements during every year.
Yep.
And you can knock out half of that just by attending this super fun event. And you get to see Ted's lovely face there.
Yeah, and yours.
That's right.
Yes. And so, hey, we have, if you're joining, you're going to get we have breakfast sandwiches in the morning being provided before the event between that 8 and 9 o'clock hour. Each speaker is going to be speaking for an hour and 15 minutes.
Mhm.
There'll be 10 to 15 minute breaks per session. These speakers, we will cover giving you the details about the speaker when we're introducing them. But the speakers are just really going to stick to the specifics on what they're trying to get to you. So we're getting right to the meat and potatoes.
And we've got local legends here. We've got Wyatt Simon, Andy Corey. We've got Jerry Schlickburn. We've got Chris Pomerlew, Colin Schwartz, myself, and Teddy Kosh taking the stage. So anyway, that's coming up, coming in fast here. So don't sleep on this one. We'd love to see your lovely faces there.
Okay, then we love to see your lovely faces there. It is so weird seeing your face up there. Oh, wow. Hey, so we'd love to see you guys there. I just wanted to play that real quick and hit it home. Ram, do you got the, yes. And just so you guys know, those QR codes are only good for today for the $100 off. And that's for the REIA members. Okay, so we have some books to give away. And first person, I'm just coming on up, Stephanie Torres with Orange Property Management. Come on down. And we have 4 books to provide. You can pick which one you want there. Or Van Deep, sign one, done. Ron picks them for you. Next we have Ray Griggs from Advanced Property Imaging, Omaha. Come on down, Ray. Okay, I'm gonna keep on picking them while you're doing that. So Clean We Heal. So Clean We Heal. Mitch?
Yeah, no. Name's on the back of the card. It's So Clean We Heal.
Michael. But don't you go by Mitch?
Mick.
Mick, thank you. That's what I was looking for. Michael, thank you. And the last book, Elaine Lafferty. There she is from iText. iText got your book back. Is that okay? Or do you want us to pick it? Okay, good. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And the very gorgeous Ram, thank you so much for taking care of that. Hey, real quick, speaking of the podcast, I do a podcast with my lovely co-host, or we're not co-host, I'm his lovely co-host, Owen Dashner over there. Owen, will you stand up and give a wave? If you guys love the podcast, there is a QR code that we put on every table. Please give us a 5-star review on that. That means the world to us. We are trying to be bigger than what we really are, and get some more reviews and get our content out there. Owen, can you tell everybody about the last couple podcasts that we've had out and what's coming out?
Check. So for those of you who haven't heard, Elijah Airday was our most recent guest, and it just aired, I think, last Wednesday. Elijah actually did a $1.6 million remodel project on an office building that flooded for myself and a couple of partners in the deal. And he's been kicking ass. Like, if you guys have a large commercial deal that you're looking for contractors on that are qualified, he's been doing a great job. It flooded, so this was a complete disaster and a lot of stress and headaches for the last 18 months, but he did a really good job with that. He's got Ted, 9 siblings. He grew up in a household. He had a paintbrush in his hand at like 5 years old. Really good story. So tune into that episode. And then we've got Justin Silverio coming up next week. who owns, what's the company, Ted?
Envelo.
Envelo.
He's the CEO of Envelo.
Yeah, so
and he's been on Bigger Pockets twice with the OGs.
yeah, and you guys have probably heard him around. Like, he's kind of a big name. So Megan and Ted interviewed him while I was on vacation. So thanks for that. But should be a kick-ass episode. I'm excited to hear it. It's kind of fun sitting back on the sidelines with everybody else and listening to you guys talk. So I'm excited for that.
You know what it is for me now.
Yeah,
I just sit back and listen to you talk. So
that's fair. That's fair. I thought to be fair, I thought I was going to be able to sit in the back of the room and have some cocktails, and then Ted goes back and lays down a microphone in front of me. So this is half toasty Owen.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for you. We like to hear your voice every once in a while. And thank you, man. Real quick, I'm gonna wrap up with some upcoming events. If you guys, in the meantime, while I'm going over these, if you want to shout out your business, shout out an upcoming event, or anything, go ahead and line up on the mic. We'll give you a chance. Or if you're just looking for something in your business, this is the time too. But a couple upcoming events. You already know about the August 20th event, September 4th, which is a Thursday, just so you know. You might want to know why it's a Thursday. It's because it's my son's birthday right before that, and I can't be here on his birthday. So Thursday, September 4th, we have Megan Ahern speaking on strategic networking, the secret weapon to real estate success. October 9th, which is a Thursday due to a holiday. No, that's because of Bigger Pockets event is going on, and we have tickets to Bigger Pockets. So also a Thursday. So Mark, you said that Tuesday you can't come because you have all the sports. It's a Thursday, so you don't have an excuse. Yeah. So we have David Pickerson. He owns it's one of the big sponsors on the board. I wish I had REI. Brain farting. But anyway, so he's going to be talking from investors to effortless landlording, flood the right tenant in an automatic management. National REIA is flying him in. November 4th, we're having creative fix and flip strategies with Casey Gregerson. We've had Casey on the podcast. We met him through Megan Ahern and Brandon Turner and those guys. He has a very, very impressive flip portfolio. Just a great stand-up character. We have him coming in on November 4th. Just lock that one down. December 2nd, we have Jordan Downey navigating the new tax laws, and there is lots of new tax laws to cover, so it should be quite interesting. So yeah, that's our upcoming events. Loved all the flyers are up out there on the resource table with other resources, so grab whatever you want on there, because that's less stuff I got to take home with me. So please do. But open mic, go ahead and do your shout outs.
Thank you for having the event. My name is Michael Schluter. Mick is my nickname. So Clean We Heal, the founder of Omaha Heal Center. And I'm just wanted to say thank you for being here. If you're not a member, you get 10% off. If you are a member, let's kick it over to get 20% off my services. Why it's so important in your home. If you're thinking about replacing your carpets, it's $2,000 for mid-grade, good padding, good moderate quality. $2,000 in your home to get a new room, re-carpeted and installed. For me to have that carpet cleaned like new is $200. And why I'm the best in the industry, or what our neighbors say, is I actually use a two-part method of buffing the carpet and extracting out the solutions. And I'm one of the few cleaners that know how to use substances that need to be rinsed out of your carpet. So that's why it's So Clean We Heal. You have somebody positively caring about your home and won't rest until these edges are good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being a sponsor.
Hello, guys. My name is CJ Monahan. My company is Monahan Lawn Care and Property Services. I've been push mowing lawns since I was 12 years old. Today, we are a full-service lawn and landscape company for both residential and commercial properties. We can handle anything up from your small 4,000 square foot yards to 18-acre health facilities, apartment complexes, whatever else. Mowing, fertilizing, fall, spring cleanups. On the landscape side of stuff, we can do anything from your small, trees, plants, mulch, to outdoor living spaces, paver patios, fire pits, retaining walls, all that kind of fun stuff. Lots of snow removal, ice management, and holiday lights as well.
And you are also a sponsor and provide discounts to members also, right?
Absolutely. Definitely.
And CJ, did you just get engaged this week? Yeah, man. Congratulations. Cece.
Hello, I'm Silalia, or Miss Lady Cece. And I'm so glad for Lamont who told me to come to this organization. It is like so great, good, great, fantastic, excellent, wonderful, and marvelous. And Miss Lady, she did a fantastic job with the design, with her design presentation. She's not there. I don't know where she is, but there she is. Oh my goodness, you told it like it was and not like you wanted it to be. You laid it out. And I'm hoping, I have a TV show called Leaders of Purpose with oh my goodness, I'm getting brain farted too. KPAO, thank you. He's one of my producers there. And I would love for you to be on my show and perhaps we come and ask you questions on the show because we can have people on in the audience as long as we have somebody at the door for people who ride late. But just be on my show and answer our questions, and that would be like so totally marvelous. I have Thursdays and Saturdays open, so I'll be glad to speak with you. So yay! She said yes, y'all.
Yay!
Yes. And then I also like to thank Matea for working with me. She's wonderful. She's excellent. And Ted and everybody he recommended to me. I'm just so excited about this. I'm learning how to do wholesale and perhaps even get my real estate license too. So this is because this is like I like learning new things, and this is like so totally wonderful. It's called Making Love to the Mind, and it's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have my mom.
It's going to be hard to follow that one up. Hi, I'm Mo Albers, and I'm a realtor. So I've got a few listings I just want to go ahead and put out there because these are some of our local investors and investors that have put a lot of time and money into their flips. So here it goes. Get your pens ready. 1120 Park Avenue. We've got a 7 and 8 for $649. Next is 2619 Reese Street in South Omaha, just under 180, and that is a 2-1. 3009 South 24th Street, 6-bed, 5-bath, and that one is currently an Airbnb.
500.
Thank you.
Those are my Airbnbs she's selling for me. So
thank you. One of our loyal REIA members, 4732 Manchester Drive, and that one is a 5-3 in Ponca Hills. Beautiful. If you want to see a little bit of my interior design, check out Manchester. Next is 3748 North 43rd Street. That is a 2-1. It's currently rented at $1,450 plus pet rent. Austin, I believe that's correct. And that one is listed just under $150. Last, 502 William Street. This is down in Little Italy. And this is a 4-unit. That one is a 7-4. And we'd like to go ahead and see right about $494 on that one. So give us a call or look me up for a little more information. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, my name is Jen, and I'm actually a real estate investor, like many of you. But the reason I came up to the microphone today is to let you know that my husband and I have a Google Ads marketing firm, and he actually is my marketing guy. So he markets for me with Google Ads, and I buy houses all over the country that way. And there's lots of businesses represented in here. And if you think you could benefit from Google Ads, please check out partner42.com, partner42.com. And my husband, Eric, would be happy to speak with you and talk about if that could help you in any of your businesses. But as a quick example, I have been spending approximately $400 in a one-day ad spend, and I have been papering deals that have had equity positions of 60,000 up to 130,000. So I just thought I would let you know that the return on the investment is really, really good with Google Ads. So if you're interested, partner42.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Anybody else got anything you want to sell? Any shout outs? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and conclude here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you up there.
Sorry. I'm Michaela Thomas. I'm a contractor and a local investor. and I have a few things I'm trying to sell. 3124 Spalding. It's 42,000 plus square feet, and I'm trying to sell 400 acres in Valley. That if you want to take the addresses down, is 30708 Rainwood Road in Valley, and then 30702. Ooh, I can't give y'all the address because I don't know what that say. Sorry. 30290 Rainwood Road is the other address. I have a picture. You guys can take photos if you need. I have a couple other properties in Omaha for sale if you just get in contact with me. I don't know if I already said I've been in business for 6 years, but yeah, give me a holler. Thanks.
Thank you.
I have a buyer who wants to buy some land out west to build a funplex, a family funplex. Right now, he only has 279, but he knows he has to get more. And I went and I looked that up, and I know that's so somebody they can help out with that. Please let me know. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dodie Osborne. I'm with Nebraska Realty, and I'm in Western Nebraska, Cherry County. And I came here especially to see Nikki. We go way back from San Diego. She is absolutely amazing. I have just listed today on 30 acres, nestled in the Sandhills, right outside of Valentine, Nebraska, a beautiful cabin. It's 2-bedroom plus a possible loft, possibly 3-bedroom, 3-car detached garage. Absolutely, like less than 5 minutes from the main street. Just, it's one of those listings. If you want to get out of the city for a little bit, it would make an excellent Airbnb or just a property to get away at. So thank you guys. I have some other listings at dodieosborne.com. Thank you.
How much was that one?
$599.
$599. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for making the trip down, Dodie. Well, first off, again, thank you so much for everybody coming out. I love seeing this group grow, and I just love that we have so many different types of speakers coming and talking on all these different topics, and it makes it so great. If you think you know of a topic or somebody that what you would suggest, we are starting to book out next year's speakers. I can't promise I'm going to take them, so don't get mad, but please come talk to me about it. We like to book our speakers out 12 months in advance, and we're booked out for the rest of the year, but we're looking for next year now. Want to also give a big thank you to Blackstone Insurance, our event sponsor this evening, and the postcard people. Lloyd, where are you at, Lloyd? Are you still here? There you are. Thank you, Lloyd. Appreciate you guys. Really couldn't do it without the sponsors, and they are the lifeblood of being able to do this. So appreciate all you guys coming down, and appreciate the support that you guys give us year after year. I mean, it means the world to us. So we appreciate it so much. Also, just to conclude here, we don't ask much here, but the biggest thing you guys could do for us is give us a review on REIA on Google or Better Business Bureau. Just mainly for sponsors that check us out and make sure we're legit. And then the podcast. Again, Owen and I put our lifeblood into that thing. You wouldn't believe it or not, but that thing probably costs us, what, Owen? Depends on the month, but like $2,500 to $4,000 a month, put that podcast together. And I don't think you guys are hearing any ads on it right now. So if you know anybody wants to sponsor the podcast, let us know. Or if you guys know somebody that you just tell Dennis you want to turn your mic on if you want to say something, Owen. But if you know somebody that would want to sponsor a podcast, would be a good fit. Somebody who wants a national audience. We've had over 80,000 listeners in the last year, so we want to be able to keep on growing that. We want to be the little Omaha podcast that's getting national recognition. That would mean so much to us. And if you could just give us a review on either Audible, Spotify, Apple, or any of those other formats. I mean, well, first off, we love reading those when we do the podcast, so it makes it fun. What were we gonna say?
So the The budget for the podcast has gone down significantly since Ted decided to go on 75 hard or whatever flavor of that is.
we
He's on.
haven't drank. I haven't drank.
Yeah, so
drank
the
in 2
bourbon
months.
budget is generally the killer of the podcast. But
When you
yeah,
have a
it's-
guest on, we go about a bottle an episode.
yeah, so it's a lot, and we
Nikki drank
appreciate
with us,
all
too,
the
just so you
support on
know.
that. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for everybody for listening. Thanks for coming out to this, and thank you, Ted, for putting on an awesome event like always. And love you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. After hours is right down the hallway at the bar. They have live music playing right now, or there should be. Also, take advantage of the tab before it's gone. And last thing, they actually have a pizza machine there, and the pizzas are damn good. I got like one last time. I did like a meat pizza. So if you're hungry, or if you drink too much and you got a long drive, like all the way to Beaver Lake or something, or Valentine, Nebraska, or you're flying out, get some food in your stomach before you make that trip. So thank you guys so much.
Ted, did you get ranch with your pizza last time?
If they have it, I ordered it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
just
good.
gonna put it out there. Yeah, we're from Nebraska. Come on, we ranch here. Thank you guys. Love you. Have a great night. We'll see you next month, or hopefully September or on August 20th.
So